I think it's clear at this stage that the family amendment and the care amendment referendums have been defeated, defeated comprehensively on a respectable turnout. So the government accepts the result and will respect it fully. As head of government and on behalf of the government, we accept responsibility for the result. It was our responsibility to convince the majority of people to vote yes, and we clearly failed to do so. I think we struggled to convince people of the necessity or need for the referendum at all, let alone the detail and the wording, and that's obviously something we're going to have to reflect on into the weeks and months ahead. Look, clearly we got it wrong. I think Enda Kenny famously said once that the electorate often gives the government a wallop. This is two wallops. It's not the first time, though, a government has lost a referendum. It's actually the 12th and 13th time. So we've seen periods in the past where referendums have been defeated, and unfortunately this is one of those occasions, but we absolutely accept the result and we respect it. Well, look, I think we have to reflect on the result. During my first term as Taoiseach, we won 3 referendums, and there was no particular political boost for the government at the time, nor did we seek or expect one. And as I said before, this is the 13th time that a government has lost a referendum, and there are periods in the past where governments have been re-elected within 6 months of losing referendums. So I think the public understand, we have a sophisticated electorate, the public understand the difference between a referendum and a local election, the difference between a European election and a presidential election. So I'm not sure if there's a read across there, but we definitely have to reflect on the result. And like I say, we do accept responsibility for it. It was our job as a government to convince people, first of all, that these changes were needed, and secondly, that the wording was the right wording, and we clearly failed on both accounts. And we accept that fully. Well, look, I don't think we're so important that it will be heading the news or being the headlines all across the world. I'm sure it'll be reported, but there are lots of other things happening in the world, not least the war in Gaza and the conflict in Ukraine. So I'm sure it'll be reported on, but I'm not sure it'll be the talk of the town in Naples or New York or anywhere else for that matter. Like I say, we put the proposition to the people. The people heard the arguments, considered them, and voted to reject them, and we accept that, and we fully accept that the Constitution belongs to the people, not to politicians, not to political parties. The people are sovereign. They've decided not to make these changes to our Constitution, and we accept their judgment and their decision.